Hello friends. So today I'm going to do a reading on what the universe needs you to know about this coming week. Kind of just like a guide to make things easier for this coming week. Anything that maybe you're missing and haven't been able to hear through the static of, our human mind. So Spirit, what do my viewers need to know about this? All right, so we have the Hermit in reverse. Okay. Ooh, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse. On the, wow, lots of blocked energy here. And we have the Five of Wands, so we have two fives. So I think that like maybe the universe is guiding you to change, but maybe you're not really quite getting it. You're not quite getting the message, because we do have the Two of Swords here. And so how I do all my readings is I really love to talk about the back of the deck energy, because it always, to me, is like the overall energy of the reading. So I'm gonna get a clarifier for the Hermit in reverse, but what I'm feeling energetically is that like maybe there's something that the universe is trying to show you that you're not quite getting. And I think it's got to do with like heartbreak, maybe some sort of separation, some sort of loss, or I heard heartbreak down in the past. And the Five of Wands is upright, is all about like conflict and being defensive, and like in this deck it's very interesting because like there are a whole bunch of different hands, so it's almost like I'm really strongly getting the energy of being defensive, having your back up, and just kind of feeling lackluster about life. But we have the Two of Swords here, and it's interesting that how she's holding two swords like that, because it's reminding me of a double-edged sword. So like, it's like damned if I do, damned if I don't. But I think the universe is really trying to speak to you here when it comes to, it could either be choices or something that like you're really not able to see and you kind of have the blinders on. And when I see the Two of Swords, it always reminds me of somewhere where you're stagnant, or you know what, I'm actually just gonna get some more information on this Two of Swords. Spirit, what is it? Okay. I think it's got to do with like something to do with the past. I almost want to put this upright, to be honest. It's got something to do with the past, something that like you're not willing to let go of. And this might be unconsciously or consciously. I do have the Page of Pentacles here, wanting to pop out. So like maybe the universe is trying to bring you an offer, bring you some sort of blessing, but you're blocked to it, and you kind of have a wall up towards it. And that happens in life, where we carry our traumas and our wounds with us, and like we think that we're doing what's best for ourselves, and we're protecting ourselves, and this is also what I'm getting from the Five of Wands, is like false protection kind of thing. And so there's somewhere in your life where Spirit's really trying to get your attention. There might be some stagnancy, or you're just really not seeing something about yourself or about the situation. You have the blinders on. And not only is it hurting you, but it's hurting like the others around you. So it's like if you are like calling in a manifestation right now, it can't come in because like you're not allowing it to. And I'm really drawn to the 2. So like if you're trying to manifest a lover or like some sort of partnership, you have like some sort of barrier energetically and emotionally that's kind of stopping it from coming in. And I'm actually going to tell you guys a story because I think that it might resonate. Yesterday, I actually had a guy that was interested in me come to my door. And he doesn't have like the best energy. Like I don't feel like it's divine or if it's like God, you know, calling me towards anyone. And it's just like, I'm very intuitive and like the energy just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies a lot. But like, it brought up a lot for me on like, even if I even want, you know, love, and if I even want a partner right now. And it showed me that like I have like a lot of barriers up, but like, so, but say, I mean, I'm on my twin flame journey, but like say like you're trying to manifest a new partner in work or a romantic partner, your soulmate or your twin flame, whatever it is. And like you're saying, oh, this is what I want, the universe, but like you have these conditions and these beliefs that are literally blocking it energetically. It just can't come through. And so it reminded me of this situation because like I was like, like what are you doing here? And like, you know, on one hand it's like, you know, he asked me out and I was like, oh, okay, like no. but then I was like, oh, what if that was like an offer from the universe? And so I really had to feel into it. And I was like, oh, I have some blocks there. So I think that that's like will really resonate with you if you know, like you're trying to manifest something into your life. Maybe that like, you know, there are blocks and literal like energetic blocks that just like stop. I'm seeing like a train coming towards you, but it like has to like derail because like there's no space, there's no room. And yeah, so let's get just a clarifier on the Hermit. Yeah. Yeah, so it's exactly like what I thought it was. So the Hermit is clarified by the 10 of Swords. So like I think for this collective, because of some painful things in the past, it could even be past life stuff, guys. Like this wound is very deep. And, you know, at the back of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So it's like there's a part of you that believes that, you know, even if you wanted to bring these things in and like, you know, like that your heart is calling for that. Like you are kind of holding this imprint on your heart of fear. And, you know, the 10 of Swords, I'm actually going to read what it's called, like what it's described as in the book here, just because she does a really good job. Her name's Athena. This is the Unfolding Path Tarot. She does a really good job explaining the cards. So it's burden, strain, difficulty, journey's end. Despite all, wait, let's just make sure this is the Swords. Oh, that's the Wands. So never mind. Scratch that. Let's find the Swords. But there's a reason why Spirit said that. So let's just look at that again. Burden, strain. Okay, yeah. Like it's almost like you're seeing a romantic relationship as a burden. If you do mirror work, definitely mirror that because it's like being neon signed for me. Like it's like I'm very drawn to that word. And then we have defeat, ruin, betrayal, loss. So yeah, this is the Ten of Swords. There is despair, loss, and utter ruin. The end has come, and even though it was ultimately inevitable, the pain of this severing courses through you. If there was betrayal, the shock has left you reeling, as if it was completely unforeseen and the relationship changed forever. Be warned that a problem you have been avoiding may finally catch up with you, and you'll be forced to deal with the potential catastrophic fallout. This is rock bottom, but you now have the opportunity to build something far more beautiful for yourself. But yeah, like the Hermit in reverse, and the Ten of Swords together, it's kind of giving me the vibes of like not wanting to rebuild and not wanting to you know, because the Ten of Swords is, well, the tens are all about completion, and then it goes back to zero. So it's like, it's before the Fool card. So that's like very much like, you know, taking that leap of faith and, you know, allowing that new beginning to come in for yourself. But there's a block here of allowing that because of how betrayed and the loss that you're feeling from whatever happened in your past. And like I said, this could be past lives, this could be, you know, something that happened last month. It's definitely got to do with like past relationships. And, you know, I am feeling that this could be platonic or romantic. So I am like feeling that there is energy here about maybe life purpose and partnering with people, something along those lines, but definitely some heavy romantic energy here too. So it's like not even wanting to bother because like you're still reeling from, you know, what happened in the past. And I'm very drawn, I love these cards. Like she looks like she's got some gray in her hair. So like even though like she went through something, you know, that was painful, she gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of mastery through it. And if she just opens her eyes and, you know, goes to the hospital and gets those swords removed, you know, she can begin again. And I think that like you know, that guy coming to my door, like, you know, there was nothing wrong with him. He was good looking enough, but like I was just like no. Like I'm like one of those ladies now that just like wants to be in her own little bubble. And you know, I can't blame myself for that, but I also need to understand that if I'm trying to manifest something like a new beginning with like my twin flame, or you know, like calling in my harmonious twin flame union, I have to let go of the past. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I think it's just like I'm seeing this as like a reluctance, an inspiration to begin again and to let go of the past and to bring change into your life. I kind of am almost seeing like the these cards as irrelevant. It's more the numbers. And 5 is always about change, but like, so like when you see 555, it's always about like divine intervention or change that the divine is bringing into your life. And but it's like, it's for your greater good. It's for the highest good for your learning, but sometimes it really doesn't feel that way. And so you can like get stuck. I think that maybe this is a message about being stuck in the past and just like indecision and putting the blinders on of like, you know, maybe where you are and your healing. And so like you right now are going through like a major a block of like, you know, wanting to let go of the past and begin again, and to let that fresh new energy come in. So yeah, that's like a really great message. So what else, Spirit, do we need to know? Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. I'm actually really drawn to how she's kind of wearing a mask. So I think that like Spirit saying that like these things that are trying to come in, you do desire, you just need to move through your feelings about it and like actually like be honest with yourself on like how you are still moving through some blocks of feeling betrayed. And like I kind of see Spirit's kind of showing me as like someone's heart is like a graveyard, and you just don't want to stay in that energy too long. So what else do we got here? Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. I think that this is a message here about how sometimes like fear and ego consciousness can make things look a lot scary than they, like more scary than they actually are. And I'm really drawn to the wolves, like Spirit saying like, don't listen to, you know, those intrusive thoughts, those fearful thoughts. Listen to the beat of your heart. Listen to the truth of your heart. And then we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I think this is just like more like an addiction to staying in your comfort zone, or like certain thought patterns. I'm not really getting oh, well, I did hear like some people are kind of relying on sweet treats a little too much. And then we have at the back of the deck here, surrender to your full power. Your life is calling you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Yeah. So if this has been a theme in your life where Spirit's been kind of like showing you where like you're kind of staying a little too much in your comfort zone, and like they literally cannot bring you your wishes and desires and your manifestations because like you say you want it, but you know, like there's a discrepancy. Also, if you watch Twin Flame Ascension School, there's a class where it's like you don't want your twin flame and here's why. It literally talks about how like you make that choice. So really think about like what you're choosing in life. So get some Rose Oracle. Spirit, what do my viewers need to know about their week today? Okay, so we have the Rose Garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. I think that this is really Spirit saying like, yeah, we know that like life can like really hand us a lot of lemons sometimes, but like it's time to start that process of forgiving yourself and forgiving others and allowing that fresh new energy to come in. And then Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. I love how this lady is in the middle, is she's pregnant. So I think that like, you know, the spirit, the universe is just trying to say like you are guided and protected in this journey and this process, but you know, they're trying to bring a rebirth and a new beginning. And I'm also really drawn to like how this guy's praying, but it's like, you know, there's no amount of praying, or, you know, you need to make that core choice. Like you really truly do. So I think that like there's a call here to really truly look at like how you truly feel. The Wild Rose, do it your way. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness, untamed. I'm feeling a little tongue-tied today. So, but like the energy behind that is like, I'm almost feeling like rushed. So maybe there's a message here on like, hey, like this is where you are and that's okay. So don't rush yourself and just like be honest with yourself. Like, I often have to say, okay, this is where I am in my healing. So I'm just going to accept it and have compassion for myself, and you know, you just keep taking one step at a time. It's so weird. It almost feels like these people are very drawn to her. I think that's the same person, but I feel like that everyone's like kind of looking at her. So, you know, the more you heal and the more like you come into balance with your divine essence, the more magnetic you're gonna be. But those things can't come in if you're not allowing it. That's what I'm hearing. Sorry guys, I just took a sip of my coffee. Okay, what else do we need to know about this week? And then we'll get some advice. The loving woman. Okay. Okay. Conflict. I'm gonna take these two. Make sure everyone can see. Okay, so we have 2 4s. So we might be seeing 4s, and then we have okay, we have 2 spirit categories and 2 4s here. This card is all about conflict. So it's like it's about like an internal battle between head and heart. And it's also like really reminding me of the whole, it's like tying the reading completely up and saying like, you know, like you're calling something in, but like, you know, like there's a conflict with it actually coming in. And so like, there needs to be like you need to like make like a full core choice. And I do want to remind you that sometimes like we are making a core choice, but like unconsciously there is like programming or beliefs that make it so that it's not like a real stable choice. And then we have the loving woman. It's speaking magnetism to me again, like, you know, like you've worked really hard to become a whole and complete individual. And like, she's got all her abundance right here, and she's got like her support from spirit. And she's really put together. But like, you know, I think that there's a message here that like, you know, she is ready for this partnership or for this romantic relationship that she might be calling in, or I think it's different because like some people I think are working on their career and manifesting blessings there, but also there is a strong energy romantically. And so like Spirit's saying like you're ready, and like you just need to clear those blocks and believe that you're ready. And then this is all about like allowing full healing. It reminds me a lot of the card Surrender to Full Healing in the Surrender deck. And it's just like, I think that this week there might be something that happens that really shows you that like, you know, there's some healing needing to be done when it comes to like what you're trying to manifest and actually wanting it. And then Angels of the Four Directions. So this is all about like the archangels and just saying that, you know, like you're protected. But I also think that like there's a specific, if it's upright, it's a specific 3 angels. So let's just see. 164. Put you. Okay. So the upright position reveals the dynamic presence of archangels Uriel and Raphael. Uriel, the angel of the north, is a source of immensely valuable inspiration. If you're working on a creative project, or if you just need some new ideas on some old issues, Uriel is ready and willing to help. This angel connects you to the universal energy and Akashic, I'm very bad at pronouncing things, guys. Akashic information that exists all around you. So call on Uriel to leave any dark confusion behind and bring the insight you require at this time. This fire of God will certainly light up your life. And then there it talks about how like the next messenger is Archangel Raphael. And it's definitely talking about like wanting to support you with matters of love. And yeah, so those are those two. And then if it's upside down, it's Michael and Gabriel. I work with all four and they're really amazing, and they like really do love to help you, especially if you are on your spiritual ascension journey, on like specifically like, you know, twin flames. They love like helping you on your healing journey. Okay, Spirit, what advice do you have for my viewers here? Rescue, celebration. I'm gonna take this guy right here. He's calling to me. And deprivation. I'm at the back of the deck, we have success. So like, Spirit's really trying to say that like you are coming into success, you will succeed. But I'm really drawn to the fact that like, you know, she's holding on to a fruit. So it's like, Spirit truly does want to offer you all your blessings and manifestations, but like it has to have a clear path forward. And so then we have, in the middle, we have celebration. And so that's all about like, you know, seeing things from a different perspective. Like, I think that like sometimes this collective sees things from a dark perspective and like has a little bit of a outlook of fear. And, you know, that will change as you like raise your vibration and like actually like clear the blocks. But I also think there's some inner child healing that's being called to do here, but it's just like a celebration, because it's like your blessing, your manifestation, what you're calling in is already here. You just have to open to it. You just have to open to receive. And then we have rescue. So this card is all about so it's the runner guides. So runner guides are guides that like really help us get back into alignment. So if like you're having like a thinking path, or you're just really out of alignment with how you're approaching a situation, or if like you're maybe getting stuck in like ego loops or patterns, the rescue guides will kind of help. They'll whisper like gently into your ear, or they'll just like, you know, show you like little signs of, hey, no, go this way, not that way. They might give you dreams. You might be actually getting a lot of dreams and like subconsciously being like, oh, like what's that all about? And that's your runner guides trying to realign you. It's an 8. So like that's all about prosperity too. 5 + 3. And then this one, deprivation. It's all about like how like you're kind of in the mindset of lack and not to be. Like there's no need, because like Spirit wants to bring you like all your blessings and more, and you really just have to move towards it and open yourself to them. And like when you're in the mindset that like you don't have enough or you won't get what you want, you know, that's showing you that there's work to do when it comes to like poverty consciousness. There's work to do when it comes to, you know, the programming and conditionings that you were taught to. I'm hearing that it's not just like in your childhood. It's past like relationships and like things that you've gone through in the past. Like it's almost like muscle memory, and spirit does really want to acknowledge that. And like, it's not, you didn't do anything wrong, but I think that it's really time to just to let it go and to open yourself to love again, to open yourself to abundance again. And, you know, like this guy, I'm really called to this card. Like, you will have success. There's so much that wants to be offered to you. And, you know, I'm really drawn to like how centered and still she is when she's confident. And when you're in those type of energies, like, you know, the universe just wants to spill over, or like I'm kind of like seeing the Ace of Cups. Like they want to just like spoil you with abundance and with all your wishes and desires and all your, you know, your greatest dreams. But for this, you know, this week, really work on where you truly are and your healing and what's blocking you from getting those manifestations. And like what's blocking you from like actually feeling that core choice completely. And, you know, like walking the talk and walking the walk, or talking the talk, like, you know, like you're either, okay, how it goes is walking the walk and talking the talk. So, but like there's a discrepancy there. Alrighty guys, that is your reading today, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.